always quite good. Now, my fat friend.
Now, this is a first ever pregnant gelding.
Oh. Right, well, just well done. It looks a bit different to probably what you last saw. He's actually just come back for today.
Yeah.
He does not want to go out. We want to. When did we last rescan him?
ARMAAN'S Wish.
ARMAAN'S Wish.
ARMAAN'S Wish. He was sort of in. My great ideas. I was going to win 3 races on the trot with this one. He's very, very capable.
How's he recovered from his injury, Nicky?
Good. We think. I mean, the only thing we've actually got to go on is scans. They feel good.
Yeah.
The scans tell us everything. So we just. You think it was a month ago, was it?
I think it was about a month ago.
One thing that you can see this horse doesn't want to do is go out in the field and get fatter. What we want to do is keep getting an idea until they say, right, that's completely on a scan here. When he had the original injury, which is in this near fore tendon, you see what we call a core lesion, and there's a hole. I mean, even I can see it because it's in black and white. Now what you're dealing with is that's all gone, and what they look at is the fibre patterns of the tendon. The tendons are made up of millions of fibres, and it's the fibre pattern. Now that is not something you and I want to be reading, because you wouldn't. It's rather like reading an X-ray, and you see a thing which looks perfect, all right, to you and me. The man says, yeah, but it's fractured there, because they wear. Well, it's impossible to read. I mean, I don't know, they find extraordinary things. So we're just dealing really with when they say that is good to go. And I mean, we're nearly coming up. These things, there's only one meant for these tendons. It's 12 months, and you just got to give it time. And he's not far off his 12 months, because he was actually racing this time last year. So I just don't want him to get any heavier than that, because being heavy on a problem leg is not a very clever thing to be doing, because you actually make it carry more weight than it needs to. He's all right where he is for a horse that's, as you can see, he's not in training, but he looks great.
Yep.
He's been at Collins, hasn't he?
Yes.
Who does his horses, you can see, he gets them looking fantastic. But that's great, as long as he doesn't want to put any more on.
Yeah.
He's walking. But I mean, he does, you know, they do lots of walking on the walker, and you keep doing that until they say, right, on you go. And then we'll go into a sort of long program, I hate to say, of road work, with 2 months literally walking and trotting on the roads, and then on we go and on we go. Then you come back in, and then we've all got, well, actually that sand thing we have now is great for this. It doesn't put any pressure, touch wood, on there, and lots and lots of slow work in that sand. And that'll soon get that off him.
Yeah.
It would do if I ran round it too. I stand and watch them run round it.
So what sort of timescale before, you know, we'd be in and touch wood ready for
I would think,
race course?
I would hope we'll be doing that road work in July and August. We'll be cantering September, October, ready for something like.
So a traditional campaign, really.
Yeah, he's ready to start a, you know, yeah.
Super.
And he'll be back over hurdles again.
He goes straight over hurdles.
Yeah, we won our bumper on debut at Ludlow, and when he was second twice, managed to probably cost himself a race on both occasions by just being a bit green and immature, didn't he? He ducked out to the right and then left. But we bought him from a Costello, so we saw him jump there. There's probably only about 4 people in the world who've seen this horse jump. The Costellos, myself, my dad and Nicky, but he does jump. This fella, he's that's the whole reason we bought him. So that wouldn't be an issue, you know. He should be a far more useful horse over hurdles than he would be on the flat anyway.
Not a saddle to fit him?
He'll lose that. That's not a problem. And that's just a horse that's been out of training.
Yeah.
He's fine.
And he's obviously 3 parts brother to a little horse called Denman as well, which is a nice boost.
Good. But he'll go back to Collins now, and he'll just walk away for the time being. So we won't turn him out in the field, though.
Will he just be 1 year hurdling and then chasing?
Yeah, I'd imagine. He's very, very good jumper, as Tom says. He's absolutely excellent. Well done. Off you go, Pato. Oh. Carrot. He can. Not fatting carrots.
Oh, sugar in that carrot, you know.
No, he's all right. Colin always gets his horses looking like that. It's not bad. He looks great. He wanted to. I mean, that's tough. That's a horse I would train. Squid, you come for a carrot.
We don't have any shares available in this, by the way.
Nicky, your highlight with Midland Park horses, your highlight of this year?
Well, there you go. I think I like what I'm looking at as far as the future's concerned. I mean,
What about your highlight for the season just gone? And you, Tom?
I like Captain Woody. I think Divine Spear was. When did he win? The time before Fontwell. No, he ran a good race. They kept it, didn't they? That 2.5.
Yeah.
Now this fella, I know you haven't seen him. This is Dustin. Who looks great. He hasn't run. He was all ready to run a fortnight ago, and like 1 or 2, we just bumped into. Well done, he stood well. Right. This is a lovely, lovely horse. It does everything right. He's very sexy.
I don't think I've ever heard one of our horses described as sexy. Dustin.
He's a very good looking horse. You will not see a better mover, and he's been all ready to run. And we just had, of all the babies, which we've sort of called them that. I mean, he's only a 4-year-old, and he was all due to run. Just for a number of reasons. Obviously because we're suddenly starting to put that little bit of pressure on them, and the stress is the wrong word, but they're getting just wound up a little bit. We're trying to wind them up a little bit to get to the race course. You're putting that bit of pressure on them. Then the next thing happened is that wind at the same time, because it's been so dry, the whole sort of atmosphere changed dramatically, because actually we have got a lot of that bloody oilseed rape around. It's all the far side. It shouldn't matter. We buy it off the other guys. We don't have it where it's in the wrong place. The wind suddenly came round from the northeast, which we can't protect it from, and it shouldn't be coming from there at this time of the year. And all we were getting, these poor devils were getting shrouded in that bloody pollen, and the young horses were getting affected by it. And it's just bloody bad luck, really. Mostly over it now. He was wrong. When did he go wrong? 3 weeks ago. Yeah. About 3 weeks ago, he was just due to run, where we were entered at Ayr, and we were thinking of where we were going to go. And his track wash, he coughed. He had enough sense to tell us. Bang. He coughed for 2 days, did a track wash, and it was all messy. So he's actually had. Since then, he's been quiet for 3 weeks. We did it again on Friday just to know where we are. It's 100% clean.
Okay.
He's totally normal. Now, what we've got to think about is, I mean, he hasn't had a run. He does everything well. I explained to Tom, his workmate, and the fellow that he's done most of his work with, is a big Oscar horse called Storm of Intrigue. And he didn't have a problem, and he went to Foss last the other day, and he won his bumper really nicely. Now they've done a lot together. They're 2 big horses, and I was hoping to get a run into him. You could do that, in that now he's perfectly okay again. He hasn't done anything for 3 weeks. You could juggle the balls in the air. It's going to be your decision at the end of the day. You can say, yes, he can. It'll take 3 weeks to get back there. Or is he not better to go and get on the spring grass? And, he's done, from our point of view, I've seen all I need to see and know. And I think he'd be better off getting on the weather's turned. The grass should grow this week. Nothing's grown at all yet. The land is what I call dead, isn't it? I mean, okay, we've mowed the lawn, but not much more. I mean, the trees have only just got leaves on them. But the grass will be good very shortly, won't it? As I say, you could keep it going. We could